Hello, my name's Lisa. I'm in Western Australia. I would like to give a summary of my experience in the 8-hour trial of the 9010 medbed. First of all, thank you, Oliver, for the opportunity to have this experience. You and your team there are doing amazing things. And thank you also to all the other people who have posted videos sharing their experience. It's been really helpful to listen to these stories, and I found it very informative. It's been 6 days since I had the trial, and I wanted to wait a few days before creating the video so that I could hopefully find the right words to explain what happened, and also just to see what would happen in my body and my being over the days following the trial. I ran the trial from just after midnight until just after 8 in the morning. I was intending to do 4 p.m. until midnight, but I actually had a really sore foot, and I wasn't able to see a podiatrist for a few weeks because of the Christmas New Year shutdown. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll see if the medbed can help with this foot. So once I had said to the medbed to start by saying 9010 medbed, I waited a short time, didn't really see or feel anything in particular, just a subtle sense, maybe just like an intuitive feeling. I couldn't really physically feel anything at that moment. However, once I asked the medbed to scan, I did feel like almost like a wave, like little waves going over my legs. Didn't feel that so much on the rest of my body, but certainly felt it on my legs. And then after a short time, I requested medbed to heal my issues in my feet that were causing pain. So there's one foot with some fasciitis, and there's a little bit of arthritis in a couple of the joints. I felt tingling in certain areas of my feet. I felt like something was going on there. I realised that one session in the medbed like this might not heal everything, but I was open to as much as possible happening in concert with anything else that I was going to request. So after the medbed worked on my feet for a little while, something else that felt very important to me was to have healing in my sleep patterns. Over the years, I've on and off fairly often had disturbance with my sleep patterns and not always getting enough good, deep, rejuvenating sleep. So I said to medbed to heal this and to work on any DNA issues that might be there that have developed through the family line, or anything else that has caused a problem with my sleep issues, so that moving forward on an ongoing basis I have deep regenerative, can't get the word out, deep rejuvenating healing sleep, and just the amount that's right for me. We're all a little bit different. I also asked for healing of my brain and for removal of heavy metals and soft metals. Again, I understand that perhaps 100% of all this can't be completed in one session, but I just wanted medbed to do whatever was realistic to do in this session, and I do feel that something was going on there. There was kind of like not tingling, not heat, but kind of like you could feel like a little gusts of wind or something pushing in against the brain. It kind of felt like that, so like pulses, I guess. At one point, although my eyes were closed, I could sort of see light through the cracks between my eyelids. There was some sort of light above me, and the only light I had on in a home here was just the orange globe next to the bed. So to have another light happening, it must have been the medbed doing something. I didn't open my eyes and look at it, but I just kind of could see the light sort of seeping through my eyes from above. That stopped after a little while. I was, really nodding off. I knew I was going to have quite a bit of sleep during the night, and I did feel really relaxed, settled. It was really, really good. I said to Medbed, I trusted it to do what was best. I said that while I was asleep, please keep working on the things I requested, and also just give priority to anything that it felt was important. I trusted it, so I just left it at that. I woke up on 3 occasions during the 8 hours and got up for a few minutes, came back in, and then was awake for a short time and then went back to sleep. Each time I said 90-10 Medbed to restart and ask another scan, and then just said, I said a couple of times after I had a break, please continue what you were doing before I had the break. After the 3rd break, there was 1 hour and 40 minutes to go. I looked at the clock and saw the time. So I got back into Medbed, restarted, and I asked for some healing in underlying patterns. Actually, I asked this earlier. I asked earlier for healing of the mental and emotional patterns that prevent me from consistently having a healthy diet. I know a really good healthy diet I do, and I do have health issues that we all need to eat healthily, but I have a health issue that particularly to help heal this need to eat well, but life has had its challenges for a little while, and it's just been hard to keep to a healthy diet with being busy combined with a few other challenging circumstances going on. Anyway, that was that. I'd asked that earlier in the session. When I came back after this break that was towards the end of the 8 hours, I asked to please heal the inflammation in my digestive system. I nodded off to sleep again. And at a certain point I woke up and I could feel a lot of warmth all around my abdomen. And I just had a feeling that Medbed had woken me up because the 8 hours was just about to finish, and I felt like I was being advised that, okay, we're finishing now, and this area in your abdomen, that's what we've just been working on, so that's what needs attention, and then it finished. Afterwards, when I got up, actually I lay there for a little while and just relaxed. I didn't really fall back asleep, I just lay there for a little while, and then I got up. And I felt really exhausted, but not unpleasant, and I felt a strength somehow at the same time in my system, which sort of sounds strange saying I felt strong at the same time as exhausted. I also feel that there was less clutter around my head, if that makes sense. Like I was thinking less about things that I've been feeling stressed about. I am a person who meditates regularly. However, recently there have been, as I say, some additional challenges, and yes, this has had its impact. Throughout the day, I felt really quite tired. I didn't really want to do much, just kind of flat. And then about 8 hours after the 8-hour trial, I suddenly started to feel more rejuvenated, alive, energized, clearer around my head, and of course it was very lovely. I have noticed since being in the Medbed, although I've still been going to bed quite late, which I need to stop, earlier nights are better, although I've still been getting not quite the amount of sleep I feel I should be getting, I actually do feel that I'm getting some really decent patches of deep sleep the last few nights. So maybe, MedBed has done some good healing work in that area. My foot, it improved, I think it improved a little bit, but it needs more work, and I'm still going to the podiatrist. Uh, yeah, there's only so much that can be done in one session, really. Maybe for some people, I guess it depends on where we're at the time and where our consciousness is at and how we're connecting. But I feel like something really good is happening, and I'd very much like to participate in the trial to have healing on a particular health issue and just see how it goes. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity to try this. It's really amazing. 5D quantum technology, the direction we're heading in the future. It's already started. Hopefully it's going to grow more and more. It will be very helpful for many, many